Alright guys, 99 Toyota Avalon guys. If you have this vehicle and you have a check engine light on, you could do two things, alright? Scan the car or have it scanned, alright? It's all up to you. But once you scan the car and you get a code, like this car has a code, I scanned it. The code is, it's gonna be really hard for me to pick up, but 1135, alright? Air fuel sensor heater circuit fault, bank 1 sensor 1. All right, so it's bank 1 sensor 1. Which one is bank 1 and which one is bank 2? I will let you know. I'm gonna go into the hood and I'm gonna explain to you which one exactly it is. All right, so this car has a code for an oxygen sensor, right? So pretty much we need to figure out which one is bank 1 and which one is bank 2. So you see this, the belt. If you sit on top of this engine like that, let's say you was driving this engine, the bank 1 on any of these Toyotas will be the right side, which will be that side, all right? And the bank 2 will be this side. So cylinder 1, cylinder number 2. Cylinder number 1 is on the back end, so the oxygen sensor that we have to change is on the back side, all right? And the sensor is this one right here, right? This is what it looks like. But not this one. I'm talking about it looks like that and that's where it's mounted, but it's in the back, all right? And it has a little bit of space in the back where you could reach in there and get it out of there. But you do need to get this car up in the air, all right? And I don't think there's any way you're gonna be able to reach it. I could see it from right here. It's all the way down there, but you're not gonna be able to reach in there unless you have a way to get in. Or you can get it from right here, guys. If you are able to get it, it's sitting right down there, right? But in my case scenario, what I'm gonna try to do is, you know what guys, I'm gonna try to do it from up here, right? It's right there, it's looking at it, I'm looking at it, and you could do one thing guys, heat up the car, start up the car, so when it's nice and hot, it will come out really easy, all right? All you're gonna need is number 22 socket, and it should come off, all right? And I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna show you a part number. Make sure you follow the federal emissions. Like this is a California emission, it'll tell you right here. All right, this vehicle is California emission, all right? And if it's a federal, you're gonna be putting a wrong oxygen sensor, guys. So make sure you figure out which emission do you have. All right, it tells you right here, still in California state, all right? So this is a California emission vehicle, all right? Most of these Avalons are very sensitive. All the Toyotas are very sensitive on the air fuel sensor, right? You put the wrong sensor in, it's gonna give you a wrong reading, and you're gonna have a check engine light pop up, all right, guys? So don't do that. Make sure you put in the correct sensor. All right, guys, let me just show you guys what I did here so far. I took out the air duct pipe, so pretty much this little pipe comes off right there. You can move that clip right there, and this pops off. You're gonna loosen the number 10 and the number 10, and you're gonna be able to remove this thing out of the way and put it out of the way. After that, look at this, guys. Look at all the room you have to work on that oxygen sensor down there, right? See that? That's the oxygen sensor all the way down there, and the connectors up there. Very simple, right? So you can put your arm from right there, guys. I'm not gonna be able to hold the camera and work together at the same time, so I'll show you. I'll remove it and then I'll bring it out from right here. So you don't really need to lift the car. You're just gonna have to make a big struggle. Worst come to worst, lift the car, but there's a very little gap in the down below, right? I have done these before. All right, guys. Let me show you what I did. Got the oxygen sensor right there, guys. All right. Avalon. This is 99, and there's the oxygen sensor. If you're replacing this oxygen sensor, this is the bank 1. All right. This is the one in the back. So what I did was I took my cutter right there, I spliced this thing right here, right? Then I used number 22 to put it on, and you just turn it counterclockwise and the sensor comes out really good, all right? Really easy. There's the back piece of it, all right? So you can reach everything from up here, as you can see right there. I'll pull the connector off. Right there's the connector sitting right there, guys, all right? As you can see right there, the connector's right there. And that's it. All I need to do is wait for a new piece. And one more thing, before I use the number 22 gear wrench here, I did use let me grab this special tool, all right? This is the part number on the tool, 3925KD. All right, it comes in a kit such as this right here. All right, I use this to break because the beginning is very tight. All right, after that it's a piece of cake and it comes right out. All right, so there we have it, guys. Waiting for the new piece. Then I'll show you the part number, and when you get a new one, make sure you match up. Usually you can look at it how the sensor looks like according to the nose, the tip, and these holes inside the sensor. All right, so let's wait, and then I'll just continue the video. All right. All right, guys, got the new sensor here. The part number on this sensor is, probably it's in the box, better, easier for us to see, 2349007. That's the part number, and it's gonna come with the little antices right here. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna put this little bit on top of this thread all around, and now you cannot cut the cable. All right, and don't cut the cable at this point. All right, guys, and then you just take this in there, put it in by hand first, twist it, and then tighten it, snug it with a wrench, put the connector in, and your job is well done. Let me get this thing done, and then I'll show you. All right, guys, I got the sensor in there, but I have not put the connector in. All right, and there's our new sensor in there, guys. That's the new sensor right there. And all I need to do is put the connector in, and I'm done. After that, reset the light, and you could test drive it, and the car should be good after that. The check engine light should not come on, and that code should not come back on after that. So thank you, subscribe, and bye-bye.